Oh, hi, I'm Latika Chandra, and today I would like to talk about one of the famous protected area in Japan, also known as Yanbaru National Park. So, in Malaysia, such as in Sabah, we often hear about Maleo Basins and Danum Valley as the famous protected area. In Malaysia, also in Borneo, but we never try to look outside our country to see another place such as Japan and Philippines. Although there are so many protected areas that are famous and good to us to visit, but today I would like to talk and tell you about Yanbaru National Park. And this protected area is located in Okinawa, Japan. So let's get started. So, what is actually the meaning of Yanbaru? Yanbaru, the word Yanbaru means mountains and field. Yanbaru contains some of the last large surviving tracts of subtropical rainforests. So, this is some trees that you can see in Yanbaru rainforest. The most popular tree that you can see here is Chinese banyan trees, and you can see the arrow roots dangling from the trees. Also, you can see beautiful gigantic cycads soaring in the sky. There's a lot of unique plants that we actually can find in this forest, but mostly people tend to see these two of plants or trees in this forest because it's look unique, beautiful. For its classification system, so Yanbaru National Park is classified under Class 2, which is National Park, and it was established as the 33rd National Park in Japan, coincides with the anniversary of the discovery of the endangered endemic Yanbaru long-armed scarab beetle, which is found in 15 September 1982, and the establishment of this park is on 15 September 2016. This is the pictures of the Yanbaru long-armed scarab beetle. So as you can see here, there are three samples here, and the big one, this is the adult male, and these two is the two smaller next to the biggest ones, adult female, and this one is the larvae of the scarab beetle. Now we'll talk about the reason why Yanbaru is classified under Class 2, which is National Park. So the reasons for establishing it as Class 2 is because Yanbaru is the habitat of over 4,000 species, and this species is including 11 animals and 12 plants peculiar to the area. Many of these are threatened species on the IUCN Red List. Here's some threatened species on the IUCN Red List. This is the most popular species that known as an endangered species in Yanbaru National Park. The design employed for Yanbaru National Park. In 2016, a large swath of northern Okinawa, bordered by the village of Kunigami, Higashi, and Ogimi, was designated Yanbaru National Park by the Japanese government. And this is the map of the Yanbaru National Park. Many of the Okinawan islands are surrounded by coral reefs, which sometimes lie 1 kilometer offshore, creating an extensive stretch of shallow water around the beach. Natural beaches in Okinawa have a totally different look between high tide, when an expanse of shallow water is visible, and low tide, when the reefs are exposed. The ecological restoration strategy. Since Yanbaru National Park is a precious habitat for many endemic species, it is important to have a proper and a good ecological restoration strategy system to ensure that the endangered species in the area are always in a good care. Project for the conservation of Yanbaru forests, or Yanbaru Forest Trust. This project will inform local residents and tourists about the importance of forests and will build a mechanism that allows continuous conservation through designations of the areas as a national park. Since Yanbaru National Park is a habitat for endangered species, some animals, also plants, but in here we only focus on animals, so we must have a perfect ecological restoration system. This is to restore forest ecosystem in Yanbaru. So in 2000, central and prefectural governments launched mongoose capturing project. It is known that mongoose can disturb the ecosystem in Yanbaru. Mongoose is an invasive alien species, and these animals was introduced to control habu snakes in the area, but over here the populations of the mongoose increases and it can affect the local species there, such as Okinawa ram, because they are predator animals. So, in order to prevent mongoose from invading Yanbaru, a barrier fence was invented, and the first fence was constructed in 2006 between Shoya, Ogimi-san, and Fukuji Dam, Higashi-san in 2006. And to enhance the effectiveness of the barrier, second fence was constructed between Shoya and Taira, Higashi-san in 2013. Well, that's all about Yanbaru National Park. We talk about trees, Chinese banyan trees and cycads that always become the attentions for people who visit the place. Also, some endangered species that endemic to the area, such as Okinawa rail and Okinawa woodpecker. And we talk about how to preserve the forest, how to counter the invasive species, such example like mongoose that you already see in the presentation just now. And I'd like to say thanks for your time to watch my presentations. Thank you.